This right here is Con Carne, a Q101 podcast. I'm James Van Osdell, and Con Carne is presented by Alex Ross Art. Alex Ross, well, he's one of the all-time greats in comics, in graphic novels. He is a legend. Anyone who's ever picked up a comic and seen Alex's work hasn't become a fan. They've become a lifelong devotee of what Alex does. You can own original Alex Ross artwork, covers he did for the big companies, interiors, one-off prints. You can own Alex Ross and get that on your wall. Imagine what your friends, family members, visitors will say. AlexRossArt.com. And if you're watching on video, let's say on YouTube or Facebook, here's just a little bit more. It's an amuse-bouche of what Alex Ross is all about.
It's Con Carne. Let's eat in the car. It's Con Carne. And now here's the star of our show, James Van Osdell.
Well, it's almost time. Ravinia season is upon us. Ravinia in Highland Park. There is no outdoor venue more comfortable to see live music at. Load up the picnic basket, and head to a show, or take advantage of any of Ravinia's on-site food offerings. The food there is kind of amazing, so maybe leave the picnic basket at home and leave things up to Ravinia. Violent Femmes, I mentioned this one. They're set to do an album play at Ravinia in June. It's an album play of the debut self-titled album, and they're backed up by the Philharmonic Orchestra. The Chicago Philharmonic and the Violent Femmes on stage together. Never would have imagined it. That's happening at Ravinia next month. Get the full schedule and order your tickets and support what Ravinia does. Ravinia.org. What is a smart home? Well, a smart home connects virtually all the technology in your home. With an easy automation installed smart home system, you and your family can control nearly every device and system in your house in ways that are easy and fun to use. Transform your living space with cutting-edge home automation. Make your home a smart home and experience seamless control over everything: audio, video, lighting, climate, security, and more. Embrace the future of smart living. Your home, your rules. Get a quote by visiting easy-automation.net or call my guy Dan. Dan can be found at 630-730-3728, 630-730-3728. So before I bring my guest into the car, this is episode 956. It's astonishing to me that I've made it to this many episodes, over 10 years going. That all said, I am probably 4 or 5 months away, depending on how many episodes I do. It varies week to week. I'm about 4 to 5 months away from episode 1000. Now, for episode 900, I went to Epic Deli with the Bull Weevils and Smoking Popes and Plain White Teas and Sincere Engineer. That felt big, but I feel like I should go even bigger for episode 1000. And I tend to downplay things like milestones, but I realize not a lot of podcasts get to the 1000 mark. So if you have recommendations, let me know. I'm thinking a live event might be something cool to do, like a concert, podcast hybrid thing, but I don't know. This is totally new territory for me. I don't know what to do. So if you have ideas, let me know. Episode 1000, I want to go big. I mean, if I go small, that's fine too, but I'd love to go big. Let me know. Okay. All right, so look at this. We are at Mirella's Tavern, 2056 West Division, basically the intersection of Division and Hoyne, MirellaSTavern.com. Open for dinner Monday through Friday and at 10 a.m. on Saturday and Sunday. There's a brunch menu there. Chef Jose, angry Chef Jose is in the back seat. He's led various kitchens before opening up Mirella's, Again, 2056 West Division. To my right, if you are watching on video, even if you're listening, she's still on my right. You just can't see it. That is Kelly. She's the director of social media for Mirella's Tavern. Hello, both of you. Thank you for doing this on a weeknight.
Hi.
Nice to see you.
Thanks for having us.
Are you good, angry Chef Jose?
I'm not really angry.
Okay. You're not. I was going to say, like, this is the false advertising. You've been nothing but delightful since I've met you.
Yes.
I've been had. You're jovial, Chef Jose, polite, kind, warm and welcoming Chef Jose.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what the people say about me, you know.
Uh-huh.
They expect to see an angry chef over there with a long face, but
Right.
they get the opposite
Yes.
person, you know, like when they walk in.
So we're going to talk about Mirella's. There is hot food in the car, and I always hate wasting time when food is meant to be consumed when it's out of the kitchen. What you should know if you're watching or listening is that this burger we're about to showcase won the Chicago Gourmet Hamburger Hop a few years ago. It is the real deal. Talk a little bit about this burger if you can. Chef, I know you're losing your voice, so we've got you on borrowed time here, but can you tell us about this burger?
Well, this burger, I compete in a best burger of Chicago for a Chicago Gourmet, and this is a very close. It's not the one what I really when I win the competition. There's something like very close version, but this burger is a little bigger. We're talking about the 10.5 ounces of meat. It's a double patty. We serve it that way.
It's gigantic. It is gigantic.
It's gigantic. We serve it with a white American cheese, a secret spread, which is like house-made spread. The base is horseradish. Okay, and we use little Jim lettuce, which is like a red lettuce, soft lettuce, very close to Boston, and we serve it then with a hand-cut French fries.
Mm-hmm. They're so good. And the did you talk about the aioli on there, Chef?
Yeah.
It's
the
just
secret sauce,
so good. And it's a massive burger.
It is. I don't know how I'm going to eat this. I really don't.
But it really is just perfectly balanced flavor. Everybody that comes in and tries the burger is sold 100%. The fries are crispy. They're so good. They're hand cut. I mean, everything's done right.
You can have some of my fries, Kelly. We're not standing on ceremony.
Thank you.
We were talking about this as we were walking to the car.
I'll always have a fry.
I'm going to try the burger. I'd be a fool not to, but understand that as I do it, it's going to take me a minute. So I'm going to ask a question that allows you to talk as I eat, because really there's no other way
It's very inelegant.
around this. I mentioned that the Mirella of Mirella's Tavern is your mom.
No, it's not my mom.
Oh, it's not your mom.
No, it's not my mom. It's one of my. She was one of my partner's mom.
Okay.
And we called the restaurant honoring her name. She died in a car accident, and she was so passionate about food. She used to work as a dishwasher in a restaurant. She found a job right after COVID, and the very first day after war, she died in a car accident, and she's way home.
Yeah.
So the restaurant honors her.
Yeah, the restaurant honors her.
And that spirit of food and cooking and...
Correct. She used to spend time with us, like in the kitchen, and watching us cooking, like dreaming about to open she's own restaurant. One day I'm gonna open my restaurant when I have chance, when I have money, blah blah blah. And she was so passionate about food. So after she died, she's older kids come to me and say, you know what, Chef, you should help us, to open a restaurant to honor my mom. And she was such a good friend. I used to know the lady for like a long time ago. I see the kids grow up. So, and I say, why not? Why not? Yeah. So that's how we partnership.
What would she say if she walked into the restaurant today? What do you think she would say?
Oh, goodness.
Oh, she would probably cry and be so happy, to see, the dream, like she...
It's a wonderful place. And we'll talk about the layout and the way the space is arranged. I've got to eat this burger. So, Kelly, I'm going to throw this to you.
Okay.
The restaurant opened in February.
Yes.
This neighborhood is a Hoppe neighborhood, has been for a long time running on Division Street. Talk about Mirella's in relation to this neighborhood, finding the space, finding finding your neighborhood, your community here.
Absolutely.
Of Division.
I'm very happy, and that's actually a piece of the story that I'm extremely passionate about, because it really falls into how I came to Mirella's. I live a block down the street, and I've been a part of this neighborhood for over 10 years since I moved to Chicago, and I've seen the burger's so good. I've seen this space as multiple different entities during the time that I've been here. And we popped into Mirella's one night because we met Chef. And you and I were talking about this a little earlier. The angry chef character is so funny, because if you're ever in the restaurant, you'll see Chef come out of the kitchen. He's doing the disco dance or the arm roll, and everyone is. He was born with the gift of being just incredibly charming, remembering people's names, bringing people in, and he really. Everyone who meets Chef wants to come back, not just for the incredible food, the good drinks, but they come back because he really does make people feel like family. And I think that is, in this neighborhood very specifically, it's a lot of young families. It's a lot of, people my age, like late 30s, and community is a huge thing, and creating community, that place that you just always go to for happy hour or meet up with friends, it's really becoming that place because of the relationships that Chef has built within the community so quickly. There's so many people that have been here twice and know his name, ask for him to come out. I do social media, but I also bartend and serve, and I have numerous people a week ask, can you go get Chef? Is Chef here? Can you go find Chef? And he truly cares so much about the community and knowing the people who are coming to the restaurant. And I think that is something that's not just needed in Wicker Park, but that's desperately needed in the city.
Absolutely.
Because you can be so anonymous here, and it feels just wonderful to be known. And I think if Mirella's has a legacy, it's when you come here, you feel very known and very seen.
The best restaurants are those that are embedded in the community.
I agree.
They're hubs.
Yep.
I've said this about craft breweries. I've said this about restaurants. They reflect the culture that's around them.
100%. I agree.
So I should mention, I've been eating this burger as you've been talking. My main problem with it, it's really hard to eat in a car. Not really an issue if you're eating at the restaurant. You have access to tables and silverware and all kinds of methods to eat this. This is delicious. The caramelized onions especially.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the caramelized onions add that sweetness, and that aioli has that garlicky flavor. It's wonderful.
And the patties have a little crispness to them.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So it's not just, you talked about the flavor combination, and yes, it's spot on. I'm a big fan of varying textures in food. And you get a lot with the tomatoes and the onions, then the burger. Mm-hmm. You get a whole lot going on.
Yeah.
So, Chef, well done.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm glad I like it. People really love that burger, believe me. People come here, sometimes not one time, 2-3 times for that burger. They really love the burger. Sometimes I get surprised because tiny girls, they sit over there in the dining room and say, you're never going to finish that. And they finish it.
It would be rude to leave this on the plate. It would absolutely be rude.
It is a very big burger.
Mm.
Yeah, we do see a lot of people that you're never going to make it through that. That burger is a monster. And you come back and the whole plate's empty.
Now, I'm gonna leave my car here tonight because I do need to walk home just to work off the burger. So I'll be back tomorrow to pick up my car.
We'll make sure you don't get towed.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So as I dare to take another bite, talk a little bit about the menu. One thing I realized, a lot of fish and seafood.
Yes.
On the menu.
Yes, we do. Well, we have a little twist of different countries, so we add some different dishes from all around the world, like we have the scallops, we give it the American touch. We have the what else we have? Seafood, the shrimps, the prawns with fried. We call them like a cauliflower fried rice, which is not. You're never gonna see a little piece of rice in a plate. cauliflower, chopped up, but we make it look like a fried rice.
Yeah.
So that's why we call them cauliflower fried rice.
Yeah.
And
It's very
the tuna, we have the little Japanese twist. So people like the we can have a lot of seafood in the menu.
Yeah. And there's an elevated nature to it. Like, you expect to come to like a happy hour or a place that has a bar in the front, and you expect, bar food that's, been bought in a bag and heated up in a fryer. The elevated nature of all the food, and as Chef was talking about, just the influence of many different cultures of food as well. You see things like cheeseburger, which is very American, in an egg roll. And it's so unique because it's this, you can get egg rolls at some bars, you can get a cheeseburger at a lot of bars, but to get those two things together and have them taste so good, it's kind of the magic.
You have to see this too, I think what make the difference in our food is because we have a scratch kitchen. And a scratch kitchen means we make everything in a scratch.
Yep.
So we don't buy anything pre-make. So every day we prep everything. So like the egg rolls are homemade, the dressing are homemade, the spread are homemade, everything is homemade. So we don't buy anything canned or anything.
You raised the bar. I mean, that's...
Or frozen, everything is fresh.
Yeah.
So we get delivered almost like every day, depends how busy it's the day before. So and then we order for next day, we get it delivered, and we prep everything fresh again.
Yeah.
Now, I mentioned that you're open for brunch. This strikes me as a very brunch neighborhood.
Yes.
For sure.
Yes.
Now, one thing we've all learned, who are those of us who are not in the service industry, just simply from watching The Bear, is that the restaurant business hates brunch. What's your relationship with brunch?
We love it. We have, I will tell you, that was one of the fastest things to catch on. I think that brunch is such a, it's such an interesting time. And it really is very different than every other service time that we have with our clients, with our guests that come in. And I think it's such a wonderful experience. You really do get a little more time with people often, especially if you have an early brunch crowd or a late brunch crowd. There's a lot of great conversation, but the one thing I will say is it's really hard to find brunch. And it is findable. Obviously, we're in one of the most beautiful, best food cities in the world. No, I'm not knocking anyone, of course. But I will say it's hard to find brunch that feels a little elevated, that feels like you're not getting something that, or you're getting something that feels a little special. And I think our brunch menu is just so elevated and so spectacular.
That's such a great point, because when I go for brunch, I want to feel like I'm eating something I couldn't have made at home.
Exactly. And that
From
is
the eggs on through the potatoes.
You hit the nail on the head. That's it. Yeah. It's just one step above like what I would do on a Sunday morning. And the flavors, the eggs Benedict, I come here all the time when I'm not working so I can eat Chef's food because I love it that much. And I'll work 5 days a week, and the other 2 days I usually end up here just because I love eating here. So I came Sunday for brunch and had the eggs Benedict, and truly I've had a lot of eggs Benedict in my life, and it's just perfect. There's so many wonderful things on the menu, but our brunch, it's not like an extra thing we put in. That's how it feels sometimes. It's like we put in this extra thing so that we're open those hours so that we can, make that money or whatever. But that is not what it is. It is a very serious part of our menu, a very serious part of our culture, and we take our brunch menu as seriously as we take our everyday menu.
I was going to say, so, we take very seriously our brunch menu because I think brunch is more about family time, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Oh, for sure it is.
It's more about family time, so we care so much about our family, our neighbors' families, So we like, that's exactly our goal, to make them happy, We love to see the kids, they come on Sunday, they run all over the restaurant. I don't say anything to them. We never stop them to run. And they go over there. We have the piano in the back patio. They go and play with the piano. We let them to do whatever. We want them to feel like they're home. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why we focus very very much in our brunch menu.
Yeah, and that's the great thing about the space too. I think the back space offers a really fantastic environment for people with kids, people who might just want a more, family-like experience. But
I love the backspace.
Me too.
I think it's my favorite part of this restaurant.
Me too. And the roof, comes back when it's warm. The kids have that side patio if they want to, play, do a little something like the parents are done. You can see right through. It's just glass, so they're right there. They're safe. They're protected on all sides. And then, we have people who are maybe are having a rougher morning. Maybe they had a very fun night before out on our front patio or in the front bar side. So there really is, no matter what the experience you're looking for with brunch, whether, you're bringing your kids in or whether you're, going out to eat with your parents or if you're coming with your friends and everybody's doing a hair of the dog type thing, you're gonna really find like a spot in this incredible huge space to be able to that fits what you're looking for.
The one thing I did wrong, I did not bring napkins to the car. So there'll be no handshakes at the end of the night.
That's okay.
There'll be salutes. Mirella's Tavern, 2056 West Division in Hoyne. MirellasTavern.com. Open for dinner Monday through Friday. Open at 10 a.m. Saturday and Sunday for the brunch menu, which we talked about. Chef, this burger is a fine gateway drug to the rest of your menu. That's
Thank you.
That's how you get them. You hook them in with that burger, and then
Yes.
wow. Kelly, thank you for joining.
Thanks so much for having me.
And I'll be back. I mean, now that I've seen this place in the summertime and its intended habitat. I mean, oh my God!
We
Thank
would
you,
love
everybody.
it. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.